Hey friends, welcome back to Ball Homestead. We're going to start our week of cheap meals today. And today we're going to do some baked chicken. We're going to do legs and thighs. I got a 10-pound bag on sale for $5.90. That's a lot of chicken. So we're going to be eating on that this week. We're going to make some mashed potatoes, gravy, and some macaroni and cheese. This will feed a family of 4 to 5. And it's going to cost just a few bucks. So stay tuned. Friends, we've always been a very frugal family, and these were some of the meals that we used to make when the kids were growing up. And they're delicious meals. They're just very cheap. So I went to the store and bought everything that we're going to need for this week's food meals. I didn't need a lot of these things, but I wanted to show you how cheap you can cook, even in this terrible economy. We got lots of stuff on sale, and that's how I planned my menu, was by the sales. We didn't go outside the box and say, "Ooh, I want this tonight." We do it by the sales. Here we have some of our chicken thigh and leg combos, and I'm cutting those and trimming them up to get them ready for our meal. We're going to have some baked chicken legs and thighs. We used to do this all the time. I think I burned my kids out on baked chicken when they were growing up, but we either baked it or smoked it. I've used this for many recipes. But when I can find 10 pounds of chicken for $5.90, friends, that is 59 cents a pound. I jump on it. I don't anymore usually because we raise our own chickens now, but back in the day, this is how we fed our family. So I wanted to, with our terrible economy, I wanted to do some videos to show you how to save some money and still make wonderful, nutritious meals that you can still do for cheap. And this is one of them. This baked chicken is simple and good. I just trim these legs and thighs up, get off any, sometimes there'll be a few not really feathers, but like the ends of them, and I trim that up. I'm using Montreal chicken seasoning, nothing fancy. That's the only thing I did not buy was eggs this week because I have an abundance of eggs. I will add that into the total cost of this week's meals whenever we use them. And my seasonings. That's basically it. But here we just seasoned up, set 3 legs, 3 thighs, and we're popping them in the oven. Now we're going to peel some potatoes. Meat and potatoes are good meals. That's how a lot of our grandparents grew up, was meat and potatoes. So we're just going to peel potatoes and get them ready to boil to have mashed potatoes and gravy. You can't go wrong with good mashed potatoes and gravy. But we're just going to peel those up and get them ready to put on the stove while our chicken is baking. It's going to bake for a lot longer than it takes to get everything else complete, but that's okay. We're prepping for tomorrow because I have a busy day tomorrow and I don't want to have to come in and cook. So we're going to do that and have it all prepared. Friends, I know our economy is terrible. I look at the prices in the store and my mind is blown. But what I did on this shopping trip, because I don't buy a lot at the grocery store, we usually buy our stuff in bulk or from local farmers, but I wanted to show everyone how simple you can still buy groceries on a budget. It may not be everything you want, but it will fill bellies and make your budget stretch further. And this is one way. What I did was I got the sale paper. I looked through the sale paper and then I made my menu for the week. This is what I did when the kids were growing up. We always went by a menu because this was how I kept everything together between, school functions, work, everything. We had to have some order. So when the kids were growing up, we made a menu every week, and that's how we bought our groceries. and buy the sales. We would go look at the papers, see what was on sale that week, what I had coupons for. I was a big couponer back in the day. And that's how we planned our meals. So my husband suggested that we do this to kind of show people how you can still do things to save money. So that's what we're doing. I bought everything in the store. Usually I make these things homemade now, but I wanted to show you can still make a good meal for cheap. We're getting those potatoes on the stove, and we're going to get our water ready for our macaroni soon. Get that going, and then once those potatoes are ready, we're going to get them mashed up and get our gravy made. This is just good old country food. Nothing fancy, but good. And most kids like mashed potatoes, gravy, chicken, and macaroni and cheese anyway. So, I mean, it's simple, delicious food. I would just suggest to everyone with this terrible economy to find where you shop, get their paper every week, sit down, go through it, see what's on sale, plan your menu by that. I mean, everybody's going to have to cut back somehow to save in these terrible times, because I mean, friends, the prices are ridiculous. I could not believe how high oil was. That was something that kind of blew my mind. Like I said, I buy mine in bulk, so I hadn't noticed that big of a change, but I did buy some just for this series of videos because I wanted to show you how you can do it on a budget. Anyways, we're just mashing potatoes. I just used my hand masher because I didn't want to get everything out. And I thought, well, this will be quicker. And we're just going to get those potatoes mashed and our macaroni made. And it's super easy food. You don't need a chef's course or anything to cook this kind of stuff. Just season your meat, put it in the oven, get your potatoes peeled and on the stove, and boil some water for some macaronis. And you could even go cheaper than what I did on the macaroni. I'm not a big fan of the powdered macaroni and cheese, so I did splurge and buy the $1.33 box of macaroni and cheese that was the shells and cheese. I did want it to be, delicious. So anyways, I figured it up, and with our total cost for this meal, our chicken, we have, I think we're going to get 4 meals out of the chicken that we have. So I have put them in at approximately $1.50 a meal for our chicken. Our mashed potatoes, we're probably going to get 3 meals, 3 to 4 out of those, and we're going to say $1.50 for that, so we're up to $3. The country gravy was 99 cents. I make this homemade, so I don't buy this, and but I did, for video purposes. And then the macaroni and cheese was $1.33, so we're up to about $5.50 for this meal. I'm pretty impressed with that. I could have went further and made biscuits and all that, but I decided this was plenty. You got your meat and potatoes and some yummy macaroni and cheese. So we're going to stop there with that meal, and whenever it all comes together, I will show you what it looks like. Now we're just getting that macaroni and cheese mixed together and that cheese packet kind of done in there. I haven't had one of these in a long time. I usually make my macaroni and cheese homemade, and it is delicious, but I do like these little packets. It's pretty tasty for $1.33. I can remember when these were cheaper than that, and I thought they were kind of expensive because years ago we just bought the powder macaroni. I mean, we were always trying to save money. When you're feeding hungry kids and stuff, I know that times can get hard, but we just peppered the top of that macaroni And we got our potatoes all done, and we are just waiting on that chicken. And we got our gravy. We're working on it right now, getting it complete. The potatoes were fabulous, by the way. I had to taste a bite. Oh, nothing better than good old mashed potatoes and gravy. I could about make a meal out of that by itself. Anyways, when our chicken gets done, I'll show you what this meal looks like. And I hope that this meal helps someone save some money at the grocery store, because, friends, we need to be saving every which way we can. All right, friends, here's our chicken. Please like and subscribe our videos. We've got our mashed potatoes, gravy, macaroni and cheese, and oh, this chicken smells fabulous, friends. I can't wait to dig in. Anyways, our local Food Smart in Newport, Arkansas, where I bought all the groceries this week, and I will keep you up to date on how much we spend for each meal, and at the end of the week, we'll look at the receipt. Anyways, thank you for stopping back by our homestead. Until next time, friends. Goodbye.